What up, and welcome to Proper Form, Prosperous Form. We are on Chapter 8, and this is honing in your clientele base and practicing what you preach. It is pivotal that every trainer understands their clientele base, meaning what avenue of client you're really good at training. There are some people that do group classes. There's some people that train women. There's some people that train men. There's some people that focus on training kids. There's some people that focus on training athletes. There's a million different ways and avenues in which you could become a good trainer. You could also become an overall trainer where you're training everybody because you have a niche skill and people want. But I'm going to help you figure out what kind of trainer and what kind of clientele base that you're looking for. So we're going to dive right into the list and give brief descriptions of categories of clients. The first one, the corporate client. This is where you're a 1099 worker and you're working at a corporate gym. A gym in which it could be Google, it could be Facebook, it can be places like that where you work in this gym. But you can teach classes, you can do personal training, but you do not work for the overall company. You are a 1099 worker in which they contract you and you get clients, you get the lion's share of those clients. They're workers, they're management, they're owners. So there's a vast variety of people that you can get a hold of in this training field. It's great for mid-level trainers. You have enough education, but you don't have a clientele base just yet. This helps you get that clientele base and also have a great facility to train them at and make the lion's share of the session compared to working at a crunch or a 24-hour fitness where you're making 30% of that session. At corporate gyms, more often than not, you can negotiate making 70, 75, 80% of that session while having a facility that you don't have to worry about cleaning and teaching classes as well. So you're getting that aspect of it. Corporate, like I said, it's a great place to begin at. It's not the place that you want to stay at because you become lazy, you stay there long term, and they control your money. At the end of the day, you can only work when they decide those doors open, and that's what you don't want. You want to be able to work if the doors are closed, if it's raining outside, you want to have your own space, or you want to have the ability to get clients and train them wherever the hell you want to train them, not necessarily have clients feel comfortable at this corporate job and feel comfortable with this equipment to where if they train with you somewhere else, they're getting a downgrade. So don't stay at corporate too long. The male client. In my opinion, the male client breaks off into two ways. The first one is the male athlete, and that could range from single digit age, preteen, teen, young 20-year-old athlete, professional athlete. After that, the male client will not get back in to seeing a trainer until 28, 29 and above because most men have extreme egos and they do not want to be trained by anybody and told what to do. They all think that they can lift. They all think that they know everything about fitness, and they don't want to hear it. They wait until 28, 29, 30 because at that space, they aren't seeing what they want to see goal-wise, or they've been injured enough times to know that they don't know shit, and they need to be coached and need to be taught by a professional, which is you. So the male client is a tricky one. Also, the male clients break into two facets as well. They want to train with a man that they either want to look like or be like. And if not that, the heavy client, heavy trainer that the male client enjoys is a young, hot female trainer that has no problem slapping them into shape. Some of these men work in big business, they work in corporate, and they want to be slapped around by a female trainer and told what to do, and that makes them feel amazing. It's a cheap version of paying, a cheap, safe version of paying for a dominatrix, where you are whipping them into shape. They love being told off by you. And all they can imagine is being with you, knowing that they're not half the man that you're into anyway, so it's just all a fantasy. while getting them in shape, getting them healthy. And that is the male client. Female client. Once again, this is a heavily dominated female trainer space for two reasons. A female client more often than not goes to a female trainer because they want to look like that woman, they love their ideology, or they just feel comfortable. A lot of women do not feel comfortable with the male trainer to begin with, unless that guy has a niche skill where he's teaching boxing or some type of combat sport, or there's a physical attraction and they want to be taught by him because they want to be around him because he looks good. But heavily, the female client leans towards the female trainer. And that is absolutely okay. Like I said, there's plenty of markets and everybody can find their niche. The athlete is a great client to have, but it takes a lot in that hour. The athlete has a high motor. They're there for a reason. They don't want to talk a lot, and they want they want results. You as a trainer, you have to understand the body really well. You have to understand how to maximize the body and go. Athletes are not easy to train. It's not for the average trainer. It is for the high-end, confident, secure trainer. Men or women could train athletes. They could go either way. There's a whole bunch of female athletes. There's a whole bunch of male athletes. It helps to be an athlete yourself when it comes to training athletes. If you have played football, it's easy for a male athlete that plays football to respect you. If you play basketball and you're a woman, or you used to play basketball, it's easy for a female basketball athlete to gravitate towards what you're saying. So as somebody that used to be an athlete, I have no problem if athletes walk through my door. Is it my heavy clientele base? No, but I'm equipped for it. Don't jump on the athlete train if you're a young trainer. Get some years under you, get some confidence, and then go from there. Kids are, in my opinion, the hardest market to train because you're more of a babysitter than you are a trainer. Moms and dads will drop their kid off to you, depending on the age. If it's 3 to 9, it's more often than not babysitting. If they learn a little bit within that hour, cool. If you just tire them out so they sleep early, even better. But they don't necessarily care if their kid learns a specific skill to the max. So you, as the trainer, have to understand that and be absolutely okay with that. Me as a trainer, I was at a hard time with that because I want people to learn, I want people to get better. So when I saw that kids were just slowly getting better compared to adults, it used to get under my skin. And you have to get used to this. When you're teaching these kids, the parents sometimes, more often than not, will be there. And all they will do is blankly stare at you with no emotion. To the point where you get nervous because you think that they think that you're not teaching the kids shit and they're going to pull the kid and you'll never see him again. After the training session, the parent will run up to you and go, "Oh, that was amazing. That looked great." And you're looking at them like, why the fuck were you not giving me any feedback then? Because this whole time I thought I was doing a horrible job. So just get prepared for that and just realize more often than not you will be a babysitter. As they get older, preteen, teen, they start listening a little bit better. But overall, within that whole hour, you're not going to have their attention. Their attention span is 15, 20, 30 minutes max. And then after that, they just go off the handles. It is very stressful. It is not my cup of tea. If it is yours, more power to you. I applaud you. Group classes. This is great. Once again, middle level, high-end trainer. If you're a young trainer, there's a lot of moving parts to group classes. You have a lot of people doing a whole bunch of different things. And if you're not on top of it, people can easily get hurt and that can mess up everything. So you have to go into it with a good amount of education, knowing what people can and can't do, knowing people's limitations, adding in alternatives if the move is too hard, etc., etc. It's great because you can make a lot more money in that hour while the individual person in the class doesn't feel like they're paying personal training prices. For example, If you have a class of 4 people and you're charging them all $30, you're making $120 in that hour compared to if your hourly rate is $80. So you're making an extra $40 per hour, getting 4 people in there. They're getting semi-private training, meaning that there's 4 of them and you can give them a little bit of expertise compared to a class of 30 where the trainer's not really giving you the attention that you truly need. So group classes are great, but like I said, go into it understanding you have to pay attention to everybody. You have to know how to modify, and you have to know how to give that strong presence. If you are giving off, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, they will look at you like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and they will probably not come back. You have to have high energy. You have to be highly motivating to the point where they feel great and they feel like they got great workout and they keep coming and coming and coming and coming. So those are the major sectors as a trainer in which you can find a clientele base. Why is it pivotal to find a base? Know what you're good at. Know what you like. Know what you don't like. Obviously try them all. As a trainer, I've tried all of those types of clients. I know which ones I really like and I will know which ones I really don't like. And the only way that you'll find it out is by doing it and trying it. So my advice is that as a trainer, train everybody. Don't say no. If anything, it will just add to your resume and it'll make you a better trainer. Know what you're not good at so you can make money and change lives. Find out quick what you don't like or what you're not good at, and then stay away from it. It's okay. There's a lot of people out there that need help. There's a lot of trainers out there that can help them. It doesn't always have to be you. Know what you're good at. Go full-fledged into it. And then make your money. Change people's lives. Be happy. But don't be in a sector in which you can't stand it. Because if you can't stand it, you're going to show your body language, your body presence is going to show that you don't like it. And these people aren't going to like it or not believe in you. So the best thing that you could do to change lives and help not only them, but yourself out is find your market and go a million miles into it. With that being said, that's the end of this chapter. Listen to this 2 or 3 times, figure out what your base is, and then from there, start marketing to that base. I'm out. Peace.